Hello, Kevin Hashif. Welcome to the Hands Up for Trad afternoon show. We're back for a short run of shows featuring great artists from the Scottish traditional music scene. It's a lovely day, as you'll see. It's a lovely day where I am in Loch Lomond. The sun is out and the gardeners are working hard to prepare the grass so I can go and do a bit of sunbathing later on. I love sunbathing. If you'd like to support the work of Hands Up for Trad, please visit handsupfortrad.co.uk. Everything you can do to help us makes a difference, so thank you. And what else have I got to say? Oh, please tell us where you're watching from. That would be very good, actually, because our guests today are the Peatbog Faeries, who are just back from tour. And if you have any great memories of the band, please tell us in the chat below. Welcome, guys. How are you doing? Welcome, well, Peter Morrison and Innes Watson.
Hi.
Well, it looks lovely where you guys are today. You're both in different places. You're in Skye today, Peter, aren't you?
That's right, he is.
And where are you in this?
Every day that I can help it. Unless I'm dragged away by these.
So, Peter, you've just frozen. So, Innes, where are you?
I'm in Strathpeffer. You'll see the Strathpeffer Pavilion behind me there. I'm just here on a little day trip.
Oh, lovely.
Having a lovely day, enjoying the weather.
Are you there, Peter?
Am I unfrozen yet?
Oh, you are now, yes. And you're in Skye.
Yet?
You are. It looks like a lovely day in Skye.
It's absolutely, thank you. It's ridiculous. It's 1,000,000 degrees. There's wee men just flew down from the sun to get a bit of a tap up of their tan here today.
So tell me, the Peatbog Faeries have just been on tour. How was it?
It was excellent.
Innes, what do you think?
We had...
I don't remember.
If they weren't sold out, they were almost sold out. A lot of people came out to see what the new lineup and the new music is all about. It was great. Some people even approached me and said that they'd seen me at the Take a Hike show, which was interesting. I didn't think that would have done anything, but loads of people came out to see the Peatbog Faeries because they didn't, they thought it sounded interesting. So that was nice. Yeah. But also, the hardcore fans from Middle England came out and danced their wee socks off. It was class.
And Peter, where did you go?
We did the entire circuit of the entire British mainland, I think, apart from Scotland, which is the best I know. But we went right down. I mean, we started in we did Berwick and Leeds, London, South Wales, Cornwall, Gloucester, just all the good places, basically.
All the good places. And I felt very lucky to Cornwall.
Yeah, we played in a massive cavern, an underground place to about 400 people underground, and this like a cavern. We were informed that a cavern is a man-made thing, and a cave is made by Mother Nature. So this was made by men to.
It was awesome.
Or something.
I'm just remembering how much I love live streaming.
You should try living in Broadford. We get better broadband in Broadford than you do in Glasgow. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, actually. That's really good.
Yeah, the place to be.
I really enjoyed your gig at the fruit market at Celtic Connections. I mean, it was an amazing gig. It was sold out. I've never seen so many people in the venue, and actually there was so much dancing going on. That must have been great for you, Innes, because that must have been one of your first gigs with the band.
Yeah, that one of the first. Well, I've done a tour and a wee run of gigs prior to that, and obviously we'd been rehearsing loads and recording music for the new album, whatever. But I think that was the biggest home gig, in inverted commas, a home gig, because I know the fruit market well, and it was brilliant to play it with Peatbogs. Yeah, the atmosphere was electric.
Well, I think we've got a short video about a minute in length here that we're going to watch. It's it's a live video. So let's have a quick look at this. That's fantastic. It's a great sound. So, Peter, tell us about the how the lineup has changed of the band, or not.
Well, it all happened basically over 3 or 4 months, or not. Yeah, just I mean, with this, I think with a lot of bands, COVID caused a lot of sort of stress, and eventually both Graham and Stu, the last keyboard and uh, drummer, they just decided to hang up their fingers or whatever they hang up if you're a musician. And we searched around and we we came across
Actually,
Stu.
uh,
We'd never met him actually, but we found lots of stuff online and customer, which turns out. Yeah,
Innes, can you tell us a bit more about lineup, because Peter's connection's not fantastic.
Caps, I think I know what he's on about. the Stu Brown. I
right.
hadn't met him yet, but heard of him through the scene. A great jazz drummer joined in uh, with on drums, and Norman Wilmore from Shetland, which kind of is evening out the balance of Islanders. So they needed one more, obviously, from Skye. And very fortunately, I had moved there. So I got a gig as well. And now it's a 7-piece band, which is
And
pretty awesome.
Peter, how is the sound? How's it changed for you with the new band members?
Be careful.
So,
I
how
think
would you say the sound has changed, Dennis?
I think what Peter was trying to say is it's never um the the I mean it's very different. Obviously, hiring professionals like Stu and Norman. I mean, there's two of the greatest jazz musicians currently working in the scene. So for them to join us in the trad scene was pretty awesome. And the sound, I mean, it still retains that Peatbog Faeries sound. It still retains the awesome dance grooves and party vibes. But there's just a little bit more in the way of their own kind of take on trad. from the jazz scene, which is pretty awesome.
So, Peter, what? I mean, we're just talking about how the has the sound changed with the new members arriving. Peter.
Got the latency on there.
Some latency. I don't think Peter can hear us actually at all. Um,
He's doing his emails.
oh yes, I'm.
Try there.
Oh no! Why did we stop the Hands Up for Trad afternoon show again?
Put it on hiatus because the bandwidth. The bandwidth. Should move to
See,
broad.
see on that video in us
Yeah.
that we showed there, George Hilton is asking, what is the repeating lyric to that track? He loved it when he heard it at Settle.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, there's been some good feedback for the vocals that we're adding. You'll hear from the album when it comes out. There's a lot more vocals than there ever were before. The repeating line is "Be here now." I wrote the words down, and I should know them. Be now. All we have is now. Now is all that matters. Be here for the day, living for the day. So it's really about mindfulness, and being, enjoying what's happening right now.
Oh no, I know it's great actually. Well, I think maybe what we'll do is we'll have a wee look at the we'll have a wee look at a bit of the video. We see Peter can have a bit of luck. He can see us, but he can't hear us, and he's now closer to the router. Right, so let's have a quick look at the latest video from the band. Great stuff. So, Peter, you're back with us.
I am. I had to come inside.
So, I'm interested to hear your perspective on the new lineup. I mean, obviously, being there from the start, you've heard the band's sound has changed completely. Well, it has changed over the years. So, how do you think it's moved, especially with adding of the new guys?
It's been really great for us. I mean, I think especially with instrumental music, you need to. I mean, you kind of need new blood because the kind of me and Ross have been writing most of the material for the last 10 years, the tunes, and sometimes it can become a little bit samey. I think possibly. And when we were making the changes with obviously Stu and Graham moving on, we looked for folk that were creative and obviously Stu, he does his own thing, some really incredible inventive stuff, as did Norman. Uh, but also at that stage, or maybe slightly before, I was feeling we needed a bit of a boost in the lead line department, because me and Ross, we played together for years and enjoy that, but we just felt we needed another dimension on stage with leads, and the obvious candidate was just down the road because we moved to the proper part of the world. So, so we gave Mr. Watson, or Dr. Watson as we call him, a little call, and here he is. So
You know,
When I heard you live at Celtic Connections, I think the thing that jumped out at me was the new the new sound was, I don't know how to say, I don't want to say it was slightly groovier, but it was, I don't know, it was just kind of quite today. It was quite, it felt like I was going to a club or something like that. It's what I was here. So all your classic stuff, like Spiders and all that, were, they just had a bit of a new life to them.
yeah, yeah, I think so. I mean, part of our thought was to bring in some younger people because we're obviously our teeth are getting quite long, and obviously Innes is a big part of that. With Norman, he's the baby of the band. He's only
he's so
28.
young, unbelievably
He's
young.
he's unbelievable. He's almost not born yet. He's so
Yeah,
young.
he's so young. He's basically not even distance. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, but
And
he
His
was a he was
sax, good.
a good thing. He gets all the sort of fancy dance sounds and stuff like that. He's got a very big part in it. So yeah,
yeah.
just need new blood, and yeah, I think it was good timing for us.
And now, so you've got the album coming out. I've got the cover here.
Woo-woo.
And I See a World. What's the title for?
What's the type? It's so that people know what can tell it from the other CDs.
It's used to differentiate it from other albums, which is good.
No,
The-
actually, on this album, there's actually a full song. One that Tom's written. He's written a really lovely song. It's called "Sister of Moses," but the sort of theme line that runs through it is "I See a World," uh, and we looked for ages to find an album title. uh, you know, when you've done so many and there's no, like tunes, as you know, you just write about people and events and stuff. They don't always make good album titles, but it kind of sticks out in the album. Obviously, being a song, and the first line of the song is "I See a World," and we thought, that will do. It kind of depicts what that the band, musicians, listeners hear music in all different ways, and it's basically this is how we hear it.
Yeah, amazing. Where did you record it?
Where's that place now? and
Glowworms.
Glowworm Studios in Glasgow, mostly Glowworm. I mean, we did some prep up in Carbist in Skye at the Old Inn,
Yeah,
which
Peter and
is
myself
a spiritual
first.
home.
Yeah, we recorded a lot of it in Sky as well, which is nice. This modern take on recording is awesome, where you can just, if you've got the right gear, you can just do it from home.
Me and Innes didn't really move out of houses that much. I did the pipes down in Glasgow, but I did all my whistle up here, and Innes did all his guitar in Broadford, or pretty much all of it. And we let Andrea Gobi, who's produced it and engineered this, let him to sort out the mess. So,
So when you say that you did you actually do the whistle in your house, or did you meet up with Innes to do it?
no, I did it in my house. I just did it
Yeah,
all in Logic and stuck them into files, just ready to drop into the place in the studio. Um, yes, me and Ross in particular, we had most of our parts already done, like a couple of years ago even. Um, I mean, obviously, with Norman being new on the keyboard, he had to make up his new stuff because Graham had made up stuff, and that was gone. Stu had to make up. They've only been in the band for less than a year, so they had lots of stuff to work on, and obviously with with Norman and Stu knew it meant that in his Hutton, the bass had to be changed quite a lot as well. So we let them have a lot of studio time, and say me and Ross's stuff was mostly already done, so I had it all in place, and there was edits afterwards, but mostly so it was easy for certainly for me. I just did it in the bedroom next door.
It's amazing, actually. I mean, we just think back to that album that you made in us during lockdown over on using your phone, and then Andrea again stepped up to the mark and did amazing things with it.
Yeah, he did. He he managed quite an amazing thing to make it sound like a studio album, even though I was in a bedroom in a hotel. Yeah, anything is possible nowadays, gentlemen. We're in the future.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at the album cover again, because at the moment we would have been going to the video, but we've already watched it. Who designed the cover?
It was it was what what's his name again? Good God, it's gone out of my head now. Oh Lord. Um,
It's apparently Stu Brown that knows, does lots of art stuff that we were kind of interested in. Um, it seemed to be a pretty unique vibe. Visually, it did things that none of us had seen before, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot of design element coming from him and his artwork. And you're right, Peter, his name just escaped me as well. But it's been put together by a fellow skiing.
I Archie McFarlane done the artwork, um, but
Fantastic.
I'm just trying to get where did it? I've forgotten. This fellow's from Cyprus, and that's why the name is. It's I've not quite got it.
Yeah,
Uh,
live email searching.
I know. As soon as we go on to something, I'll remember it immediately. It's just like oh no.
Comments. Ross Cooper might remember. He's just. You're doing well, lads. Sitting in the sun in Sicily with a Negroni at the moment. So the grand there, lucky thing.
So I suppose we have to congratulate Ross and Cara on their wedding. Well done, Ross and Cara.
More well done, Cara. To be honest, she's gonna
Yeah,
have to put up.
There was some. We were up in Shetland there. Well, I was anyway for the 6-day Shetland wedding. Well, 2 days we're travelling on the ferry, but that was like part of the wedding because it was all the wedding guests, and I thought of escaping the way back down, but there was a session in the bar before the boat even was fully loaded. So the 6 days of absolutely madness, some brilliant tunes. And
Okay. Well, I'm going up to Shetland Folk Festival next Wednesday, and I'm really looking forward to that. Actually, just the people are just great up there. The music's fantastic, and there's Ross saying, "Cheers, guys." Amatus is the name of the designer.
Good God, yeah, amateurs, yeah. I was a pal of Stu Brown's, and when we were looking for art ideas, Stu shared his work and a few others, and we just thought that's really quite interesting, incredible stuff. He's also got a figure for the Jester. We released a single with that track, the Jester, and he's got this amazing jestery character, but brilliant artist. So we're very lucky to have him on board for this.
And if you go to peatbogfaeries.com, you can find out all about the single, The Jester, and it's a jester with 2 S's, is it?
It
Yes,
is,
yeah.
Very
It's named
clever.
after- well, it's actually it's Ross's niece. She's called Jessie, and that's the jester. So
Oh, see.
The original and best. Yeah, we should put some information up there about Amatis and his work if anyone wants to go and find more of it.
absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
we should put a link somewhere.
Yeah, now that you've remembered his name.
Yeah.
When's the album out?
It should be. We're thinking early June. We were going to go for late May, but we're thinking probably in June. We're playing at the Reeling Festival next in Glasgow, so we might try and tie it in with that possibly.
And would it
That'd
be
be
released on all platforms?
All platforms, yeah, yeah. But we're not under any pressure to release it. Releasing albums isn't quite the same as it used to be, obviously. So we're just gonna make sure we've got everything in place the way we want it, and we'll release it when we feel like it.
And when's your next tour?
Well, we've got October, November is our main touring. Through the summer, it's basically just we're doing a few festivals as we always do, a few sort of filling in gigs. But this summer is probably quieter than usual with all the new members. We changed agents as well, so there's a wee bit of turmoil been happening over the last few months. But from October, we expect to be back in full force again.
Oh, well, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
So, guys, thanks very much for coming on the Hands Up for Trad afternoon show today.
No problem.
No problem.
It's been brilliant to see and just hear, and I think everybody's looking forward to this brand new album as well. Because I say the live, if you get a chance to see the band or go to the Reeling as well in June, that looks an amazing festival.
Yeah, some great bands in there. I would even go to that one myself, and I'm not one for going to festivals.
Yeah.
I've done it for 30 years.
Well, the Reeling is, for anyone who doesn't know, is 2 days of amazing music on a big stage. Is it? Where is it?
It's in that big place, just 45 miles from Edinburgh, to the west of Edinburgh. I can't remember what you call it. Ouija Land or something.
Right, so just look up the Reeling in Glasgow on your browsers. You'll find this amazing festival. There's loads of tickets. It's lots of brilliant bands. So thanks again, guys. And remember, if you want to support Hands Up for Trad with our work, go to handsupfortrad.co.uk. And we'll see you next week.